Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of our Road to Glory career mode with St. Pauli. This is episode number 59, I do believe, and today we are back with 3 massive games with St. Pauli, even so early on in the season. The first of the 3 games today is at home to newly promoted Braunschweig in our first home game of this season, as we take on a side we have not faced since season 1. Then the second game of today's episode is away in Turkey, as we take on Besiktas in our first ever Champions League game with our Buccaneers. So I am super excited for that. We are now testing ourselves against Europe's elite, and we take on Besiktas in our first ever CL game of the series. But the third and final game is the biggest of the lot. We take on Bayern Munich, already away at the Allianz Arena, and a place where we are yet to win in this series so far, and a ground where last season we lost the title to Bayern Munich, figuratively speaking, of course, because we lost to Bayern when we were up by 2 points on them in the title race. They overtook us and they never looked back. So now we are out for revenge in what will be just a third league game of this season so far. So 3 big games, this one the biggest, and I am super excited for today's episode. Before we get into the games though, there are a couple of things to do, and those are look at the scouting updates. Torben Fischer, currently based in Belgium, and Marcus Falker, based in Ivory Coast. Let's take a look at some of the youngsters again. And, just seriously, scout Belgium, guys. Scout Belgium, guys. Honestly, there are some serious young talents here. It's unbelievable. I've seen already so many with potential that ranges between 70 to 90. Not this guy, though. But, okay, well, I've jinxed it, haven't I? I've totally, I've jinxed it. Okay, right, I'm not gonna, I've definitely jinxed it. I've definitely jinxed it. Okay, alright, I've totally, utterly jinxed that. Oh, it's what I do. But either way, the point still stands. There have been some great young Belgian talents who have been put into our academy so far. But Ivory Coast letting the side down. I mean, that is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, that is literally just typical. I was about to say letting the side down. And then we get a really good one. 74, 94 potential, 6'4" Diabate. He looks very, very good indeed. And yeah, so we shall take a look at these youth players, reject a few as well. And then we shall move straight into the first game of the episode. We'll lead us scouting on these for an extra month. But there's a player conversation there, isn't there? Billing went to sign this game. So let's dive straight into the first game of today's episode, and we do indeed take on Braunschweig. We are at home in our first home game of the season, and I'm feeling very confident picking up the 3 points here against the newly promoted team. We don't want to stutter though. Last season we had many games like this one which seemed to be formalities going into the games, but then we slipped up. If we want to win the title though, we can't afford to slip up this year. So Braunschweig, first game today, easiest game today. Let's make sure it stays that way, and let's get a big 3 points. Good tackle by El Toro, and Paulson, who scored a hat-trick on the opening day, can now storm down the left. Molly's with him. Hesitated there for some reason. Now try and cut inside, and I've done so. Good run here by Yusuf Paulson. Really good run. Excellent run. What a run from Paulson, and a great save by the goalkeeper before eventually the ball is cleared. Excellent dribbling from Paulson, cutting in from the left-hand side. But a very important save by the goalkeeper. Still 0-0. Fast start, though. That's what we want to see. Now let's get the goal. Free kick won by El Toro, 17 minutes in as we try and get ourselves the opening goal of the game. Velena stood over it. I'll try and whip one in towards El Toro at that back stick and to even get on his head on this ball. In it goes to the centre, and it's Paulson instead who heads it just wide. Still 0-0, but surely the goal is forthcoming. It's looking inevitable at this stage. Another good chance there. Still 0-0, but I'm feeling confident, feeling good. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we do break that deadlock. Moses into Velena. I see Paulson running. Sorry, Charities. I see Paulson running. He's through, and it is 1-0, and there is the goal. It was coming. It was coming. Really, really great start from St. Pauli. And Yusuf Paulson, who started off last season so well. I think he had 6 goals in his first 4 games. Has already got 4 in his first 1 and 20 minutes. Brilliant finish by Yusuf. 1-0 St. Pauli. Perfect start. That always settles the nerves for me. Whenever I get an early goal in the first half, it always settles the nerves. Lovely ball by Charities. I said Velena at first, but Paulson got onto the through ball anyway and put it into the bottom corner. 1-0 St. Pauli. These games should be the bankers. These games should be the ones we get those 3 points and get a few goals as well. We started off that way. Now let's get a second goal. Already a couple of bookings for Braunschweig players as we still lead by 1 and looking the far superior side. Bailey standing over this free kick. I'll try and float one into a dangerous area if I can. That might go towards Charities though. He's not going to win the header, is he? And it's cleared by Braunschweig. Still 1-0. We've been a far dominant side in this game, but I want a second goal. And I might get one here. El Toro has space to shoot from range. And it's a really important save by Antonio Felipe. Still 1-0 to the Buccaneers despite an avalanche of chances as Poulsen heads the latest one over. We got to find a second goal, man. Let's kill this contest off. So half-time making a double change with Tuesday night in mind, and we are going to see the first appearance in St. Pauli's shirt for Mario Gomez. So very excited to see what he can do. Mario Gomez on the pitch for the first time. I don't think he'll have anywhere close to as big as an impact as David Villa did in Season 2, but if he can chip in with a couple of goals here and there this season, I'll certainly take him. So Gomez on the pitch and on the ball for the first time as he continues to run and find some space here. Mario Gomez, what a run from Mario Gomez! 1-0 to 2-0 for St. Pauli, and Mario Gomez has come off the bench and just glided through like he's 10 years younger and made it St. Pauli 2, Braunschweig 0. He just ran. It was like a zigzag run there diagonally, found some space, got past a few yellow shirts, and then just smashes the ball into the far corner. 2-0 St. Pauli, and Gomez already off the mark. Cha-cha. There might be one late chance for a consolation goal for Braunschweig, but that's all it will be as this shot comes in, hits the post, and Shen gets to the loose ball first. And we shall pass out from the back. That's the only time, really, Braunschweig have threatened in this game. And in the end, the woodwork saves us from conceding. Still 2-0. And that is how the game is going to finish. So final at the Millantor, final whistle at the Millantor in our first game at home of the season. St. Pauli 2, Braunschweig 0. Another goal for Yusuf Poulsen in the first half. And then Mario Gomez coming off the bench and scoring 4 minutes into his St. Pauli debut. Perfect first game at the Millantor. And a really important 3 points. We weren't necessarily dominant in this game, but we didn't need to be. We sort of controlled the tempo of this game, controlled the feel of it, and easily coasted to a 2-0 win. And I'll give man the match to the guy that scored our first goal, Yusuf Poulsen, who started this season off just like last year, on fire, looking unstoppable, and hopefully, unlike last year, he'll continue it all season long. Good goal, good performance, good win. Right then guys, so it's time for our second of 3 games today and our first ever Champions League game with the Buccaneers. We take on Besiktas away in Turkey as Manchester United and Ajax play each other on match day 1 as well. And I think this group is going to be really, really tight come the end of the 6 games. So it's really important in our away games we don't lose. And if we can pick up wins, that'll give us the best possible chance of qualifying. So Besiktas, second game today, first Champions League games with St. Pauli. Can we get the win? Well, I certainly believe so. Come on, St. Pauli. Let's start off strong on the front foot and get a big 3 points in match day 1. There's the Great Dane evading a slide tackle and finding Leon Bailey down the left-hand side. Possible chance here for us to go 1-0 up already as Bailey has got to run on his man, has space to cross and whip it into the centre, and Poulsen's header is well kept out by Fabricio as Beck can't prevent the corner. Very, very good save there by the goalkeeper. Still 0-0, Besiktas are doing a great job of maintaining possession. I cannot get the ball off them right now. So frustrating. I'm pressing, I'm pushing bodies up, I'm trying my best to get the ball back in our favour, but instead they are doing such a great job of keeping hold of it, and every tackle I make, every interception I try and make goes straight back to them. It's an exercise in patience right now, and I'm beginning to lose my temper a little bit. Still 0-0. I'm sure we'll get the ball back at some point, but I've barely seen it in this first half. Well, this has been one very, very poor game. Not much to show you in the highlights, I'm sure, come the end of this one, as we are still deadlocked and there's been literally nothing going on. I mean, absolutely terrible game, this one. It's been so scrappy. I mean, this sort of passage of play right here sums up this game right now. It's been absolutely awful. Just over 4 minutes to go. Still a chance possibly. Kluivert with a throw towards Davy Selker, who's been anonymous in this game. And Mr. Thursday Night, I was hoping would be Mr. Midweek. He's not proved that so far as he finds Neudecker. Maybe still a chance here. Neudecker on the turn. Gives it to Billing. Space it for Billing. Plays it through. It is Nani. It's Nani. Oh, it's off the post. Nani hits the post. The one clear-cut chance we had. And the woodwork is shook as it's still 0-0, and that'll probably do it. Nani so close to his first goal for the club, and he smacks the woodwork. Maybe still a chance though. Billing through towards Amang. Amang inside towards Billing. Oh, get in! Philip Billing in stoppage time wins the game, and St. Pauli will take the 3 points on match day 1, courtesy of the Great Dane. It's a snatch and grab. We don't thoroughly deserve them, but my goodness, we'll take them. Besiktas 0, St. Pauli 1, and the Great Dane Kane is the unlikely hero for St. Pauli. Nice little ball inside towards a man and a really good give and go. First time fake shot and he rolls it off to the Great Dane. And I didn't really hit the shot with much power there. I thought, I gotta be honest here, if I don't get this on target, I will not be happy with myself, man. This is the final chance and the only one we'll get to win the game. And Philip Billing just strokes it into the bottom corner and celebrates on his own, it appears. 1-0, and we've won the game. We left it late, but we will take it. Come on! And the referee is blown for full time directly from that. One of the final kicks of the game, virtually the final kick of the game. And Philip Billing wins it for St. Pauli. A winning start on match day 1, that's what we want to see. It was a poor game in truth, but I don't really mind too much. We got those 3 points, and they could be vital come the end of 6 games. Get in! I mean, it really was atrocious. The host didn't take a single shot in the entire game. They were fine with a high pass accuracy stat, but not us. We don't care about possession. We care about goals. And we may have left it late. We finally got the one to decide the game. And no surprises for a man of the match. The Great Dane settling the score, winning it so late on, right to death for St. Pauli. Probably the latest we've won a game in the series so far. And it could prove to be so important come the end of the group stage. Big goal by a big lad. And just before we move into the third and final game of today's episode, we are going to go ahead and give contracts to 2 of our players. And those are Moses the Engine Odger and also Matthias de Ligt. Now, the reason being is quite simple. If you saw the last 2 episodes, you would know that Moses wanted to leave the club. He handed in a transfer request, and we were like, mate, you are going absolutely nowhere. I've made this guy what he is. I've made him into the engine he is, the driving force, and we are not letting Moses go. I really hope, by the way, that next season they make contracts a lot more realistic. I mean, he's 83 rated and he wants $3 a week from 2.3 grand. I mean, what is that? But also Matthias de Ligt as well. He's been put on the transfer list due to the board taking matters out of my own hands. We're not given a new contract. So once again, we'll give a new contract to de Ligt as well. And again, he only wants 3.5 grand. He's 77 rated and still a teenager. Next year, EA have got to sort out the contracts, man. They are just so unrealistic, because you might think, well, isn't this good for you? You know, you're not spending as much money, but it's like, come on, man, we should have to spend more than that to keep a player like de Ligt here. But anyway, we'll give those guys contracts regardless, and hopefully we'll convince them to stay. Alright then, guys, now it's time for the big one, the third and final game of today's episode as we take on Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena as we go in search of our 4th straight win in all competitions to start the season off. But we know it's going to be very difficult to get a win in this game because we are still yet to win at the Allianz Arena throughout the entire series so far. Is this the game where we finally get that monkey off our back and get our first long overdue win away from home, what will surely be our closest rivals to the throne this season? Bayern Munich have won the title every single season in the series so far. They are clearly the strongest side in Germany, so if we want to be the best, we have to beat the best. We take on Bayern away at the Allianz Arena. It's going to be very tough, but I think if we need to win the title this year, we need to beat them away from home. So come on, St. Pauli. This is the game where finally we end that long unwanted record and get our first win at the Allianz Arena. Come on, St. Pauli, we need this win.
A couple of exceptional talents in a really good game that we might be focusing on.
Well, we've earmarked these 2 because they have been in fantastic form this season. It's been a pleasure to watch them.
Well, we've underperformed in some big games in this series so far, most notably the 2 cup finals against Dortmund in the Deutsche Pokal and Spurs in last year's Europa League final. But I think the most frustrating aspect of this series to me, the most frustrating underperformances have come at this ground here at the Allianz Arena, where we are still yet to pick up a win. And if we want to be the best, we have to beat the best. So come on, St. Pauli, we need to win this game, man. A draw isn't bad, but we need to get that first win here at the Allianz and finally get the 3 points away at our rivals. I've already started off nervous, giving the ball away a couple of times, as it's still goalless as Colin Kadira finds Daniel Rott. And I don't know like what the best way is to approach this game really, because right now I'm sort of trying to draw Bayern out to press me so I can try and hit them when going forward down the flanks, but instead they're just sort of standing there containing And that means that it's up to me to force bodies forward, which I don't really like to do against a great team like this, but it's one of those things. Got to take matters into my own hands and do it the best way I can. As Bailey goes down left-hand side, using his pace, whips it across the back stick, in it goes, cleared away. Charities controls, gives it to Valena with the fake shot, finds some space to shoot, and Neuer makes the save. And Alba will get it clear. First shot from range, easy enough save for a goalkeeper of Neuer's ability, but good to get the first shot on target the game, still 0-0. Just like the Besiktas game, not much to report in this first half. One chance, but other than that, very, very poor opening 30 minutes. When is this game going to spark into life? How about now? Poulsen on the ball, tries to find space to shoot, and he does, and Badstuber blocks it. Should have played that situation much better there. I had more time than I realised, but totally messed it up, pulling the trigger too early. Still goalless. Andrade's corner to the middle. De Ligt heads it goal bound straight at Neuer. Very poor first half from Bayern. We've not done much either, to be honest. And right now, this game is looking like another Besiktas one. Very, very poor and little chances to report. But Bayern have given us a chance here with El Toro coming inside and looking for space. And he's found some. El Toro makes it 1-0 right on cue and opens the scoring for St. Pauli. The Bull has done it again. A lovely couple of skill moves and a brilliant finish. It's Bayern 0, St. Pauli 1. And we go in front 9 minutes before the break. They just gave me the ball back there, playing out from the back. El Toro takes full advantage, heel-to-heel flick into a Berber spin, and a crisp finesse shot right into the top corner, and Manuel Neuer has no chance. 1-0 to the visitors. El Toro's got the goal, and you can see what it means. Massive advantage in a big title clash so early on in the season. Get in. Bayern trying to hit back instantly though. Alexis Sanchez is through and he's fired it wide. The Chilean was going one-on-one there. Took it on first time with that weaker left foot, but fires it wide of Leno's post. Still 1-0. First time Bayern have been anywhere close to our goal, really. Unfortunately, the former Arsenal man couldn't keep his composure. Got to be wary of that threat though. Bayern are the best team in Germany for a reason. And we cannot afford to let them come inside again, because if they do, they won't make the same mistake again, and they will find the back of the net, as Valena does well. Gives it to Moses. Moses towards Charities. Charities has Leon Bailey out wide. I'll give it to him. I'll drill one in. It might come to El Toro. Oh, and I tried to shoot. And Badstuber just got there. That could have and possibly should have been 2. As Valena finds Charities. Oh, great free ball. Poulsen, can he get it out of his feet? Yes, he can. And Neuer pats it behind for a corner. Important stop once more. It's been all St. Pauli, really, other than one chance for Bayern in this first half, though. A great first 45 minutes, and we still find ourselves up by a goal. And another corner just before the break. Andrade's going to drill one in for El Toro to flick on. Just off target, still 1-0, but we may rue missing all these chances. We still only lead by 1 goal, but really we should be 2 or 3 goals up going into the break. A hatful of chances have came our way. We've only taken 1, but hopefully that'll be enough. 1-0 St. Pauli as we lead going into the break. So very good first half. Hopefully more of the same in the second. Bayern are only inside our area once in that first half, and that was Sanchez who missed the target. And I'm pretty confident they'll be breaking us down a few more times in the second half, or at least trying to. But relatively untroubled first half, which is quite surprising as Sanchez tries to beat Matthias de Ligt and comes inside. And here is Sanchez drilling it across the back stick, and Sadio Mane right on cue makes it 1-0. Excellent work from the Chilean, and he may not be able to score, but he certainly can assist. That was a brilliant ball and a great finish by the former Liverpool and Southampton man. Look at this from Sanchez, turns to Ligt, and what a cross that is across the floor to pick out Sadio Mane at the far post as it goes into the back of the net, and Leno has no chance. That was a brilliant assist there from Sanchez, and Mane off the mark this season. 5 minutes into the second half makes it 1-1, and now we've been pegged back. We've got to try and get ourselves back in front again. It's going to be tough, but we've done it once before. Got to do it again. Come on. 10 minutes to go. Can someone be a hero for their team and win the game? Heung-min Son on the ball. Pokes it through to Romelu Lukaku. Just off the bench. Oh, he's turned a Rottweiler and rolled it across. And Mats Hummels has won the game, surely, for Bayern Munich with 8 minutes to go as the hosts come from behind to win it. With just 8 minutes of normal time remaining, it's 2-1. And the wait for a win at the Allianz Arena will continue. Romelu Lukaku put Daniel Rott on the floor and rolled it across to Mats Hummels as the centre-back charged forward to smash it past Leno and win the game for Bayern, surely. And a big 3 points will be delivered afford a host. We could not afford to lose this game. A draw wouldn't be good enough in my eyes if we want to win the title, but instead, we're going to get nothing and have our first defeat of the season. Well, there it is, the wait continues. Bayern 2, St. Pauli 1, and a devastating loss away at the Allianz Arena. We led going into the break from an El Toro goal, but in the second half, 5 minutes after the restart, Sadio Mane turned in a Sanchez cross, and then so late on, Matt Hummels arrived late in the area to smash in the winner as Bayern come from behind to get the big 3 points. First title clash goes Bayern's way, and oh my, we let this slip through our fingers and then some. Huge choke. For all the chances we had in this game, we deserved at the very least a point in this one, if not all 3 in my eyes. But I say it all the time, and I'll say it once again. If you don't take your chances, you will be punished. And that's exactly what happened here. We had all the chances in the first half, but blew so many of them. And because of that, we gave Bayern the chance to get back in the game. And you give a great team like Bayern any kind of chance, and they'll take it. Sickening loss, but only me to blame. And that will end today's episode of our Road to Glory career mode with St. Pauli as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do consider leaving a like. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the next episode of our RTG with St. Pauli very soon.